Let me ask you this. Why do you think GovTech keeps growing when other fields seem to always be slowing down?
Today, we're going to deep dive into why GovTech never runs out of opportunities and why it's never going to be saturated.
Well, I think, Paloma, the first most obvious reason is that the population is growing in general. So
And demanding more services.
Exactly. The bigger the population, the more complex things become, and the more services needs to be added, needs to be offered to them.
Yeah, and I don't think the services are necessarily being added. I think before, when we needed a service, we had to go into a government office and ask for it, and then somebody would kind of deal with the systems. Now the systems are coming directly to us as end users.
Yes. So basically, GovTech and government in general is going through a big phase of digitalization. So everything is going digital. Everything is going online, which is obviously creating tech job inside the government.
You can even think about something as simple as as your neighborhood library. Before, to see the catalog, you had to go to the library, and there were 5 computers where you could check out what was there. Now, you can do this from home. You can reserve books. You can even consume books in a digital manner. Like, libraries have subscriptions for like audiobooks and stuff like that. These things didn't necessarily exist.
And you can take this example and apply it to every single public service. You can apply it for a driver's license. You can sit home and renew your driver's license without going to the DMV. That wasn't a thing before. You can renew your marriage not renew. You can order your marriage certificate. You can do it all online now. All these are government services. The patent office became very big in the past 10 years because all this process has been digitized. Actually, the USPTO is one of the biggest
income generators.
Not only income generators, but institution of the government in terms of need for computing power, because they are storing so much, they are moving so many files. So these services are getting bigger, and they are needing more tech support to actually, thrive. And with all that technology coming into the government, it creates also security risk, which creates a lot of cybersecurity jobs. So the cybersecurity part of the government also is becoming bigger. For example, before, let's say 40 years ago, your grid, the grid that gives you electricity, your power grid wasn't digitally managed. Now you have to have a big cybersecurity platform securing the power grid, because someone in Russia can sit and give you a power outage in a big city in the U.S. So things you didn't even realize before were in a digital space now are in a digital space, and it creates not only jobs, it creates technology needs in there, and it also creates security risks for us to mitigate as well. And digital transformation in general, when you're talking about the Library of Congress, like you said, all these documents need to become digital. Can you imagine? Well, I don't know if you've been to the Library of Congress. I've been. It's like a two to 3 blocks in terms of size. This thing is massive, and there has been a process to digitize all the documents and the Library of Congress, and it's still going on, and it's been going on for the past 10 years. You imagine how much.
And then we keep adding to it every day.
Exactly, and we keep adding at an increasing rate. So all these things create more job, more need for technology, more need to secure the technology that we are creating, and in general, global expansion. Because now, not only your government need to be technology forward, your government needs to keep up with other government internationally that are advancing technologically. So there is a race to see who is better in the digital space.
Who's doing more?
Who's doing more?
Who's doing things more efficiently?
Exactly. When you think about the monetization with Bitcoin and digital money in general, this alone is going to create so many tech jobs.
Yeah, and it applies to every space of our lives. Like, if you talk to any elder nowadays in the U.S., you'll see that there's a whole suite of services that are offered to them so that they stay active, so that they get their meds, so that they have communication. Like some old folks even get a phone from the government.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that they can find them and coordinate their transportation so that they can make it to their doctor's appointments, or they can go to a swim lesson.
Yeah. So for example,
so that it's like the government has access to our lives in ways that they didn't have before.
Another example, when a private sector grows technologically, the government entity that's regulating that sector needs to grow as well. Think about it. The financial sector has grown and has become so much sophisticated. The SEC that manages, the government entity that manages this sector, has to also grow to keep up.
There's more to audit. There's more to regulate.
There's more to track. There's more to understand, because not only you need to regulate, but you have to understand what you're regulating. You have to be able to have tools to actually monitor and audit those changes. So let me tell you, the government is going to keep growing, and it's going to keep getting more sophisticated, and it's going to create even more job in the future. So the government is not going to be saturated anytime soon.